Hello, what's up? This is Josh Maite, and we're here for another episode. Our topic for today is inflation. Now, what causes inflation? Inflation is defined as the rise in prices of goods and services, which reduces purchasing power. It affects how consumers spend and save, influencing everything from household budgets to business pricing strategies. Ang inflation ay ang pagtaas ng presyo ng mga bilihin, serbisyo, or produkto. Pag tumaas ang presyo ng produkto or serbisyo, ito ay nagdadala ng kabawasan sa ating kakayahang mamili nitong mga produkto at serbisyo na ito. Ito ay nakakaapekto sa ating pamimili, paggastos, at pag-iipon. Obviously, pag mas mataas ang inflation, mas lumiliit yung nabibili natin sa ganitong halaga. At kailangan natin mas maglabas ng pera para mabili yung produkto o serbisyo na gusto natin bilhin. Kaya nababawasan yung ating kakayahang makaipon. It reduces our ability to save. It takes away from our savings because inflation eats up the value of our money. Usually, economists classify inflation into three main types. First, cost-push inflation. Second, demand pull inflation. And third, built-in inflation. Cost-push inflation is driven by rising production costs. Ito yung pag nagmamahal yung mga paano mo gawin isang produkto, production cost. Kung maaari gagawa ka ng sasakyan, mas nagmahal, o di tataas talaga yung presyo ng sasakyan. Second, demand pull inflation, caused by strong consumer demand. Usually sa demand pull inflation. Ito yung pagsobra yung demand kaysa sa supply, kaya tumataas yung inflation, tumataas yung value ng produkto na yon o serbisyo. And lastly, built-in inflation, which results from expectations of ongoing price increases. Yun, dahil nag-i-expect yung ng pagtaas lalo ng presyo, lalo patataas. There are also other contributing factors that can fuel inflation. Higher wages, increased demand, and government fiscal policies. Central banks closely monitor these trends and may adjust interest rates or monetary policies to keep inflation in check. Actually, monetary policy also can fuel inflation if you're lowering the interest rates. Usually, central banks, when they lower interest rates, they are pursuing an expansionary monetary policy, which means that you're trying to increase in the money supply para makapag-encourage ka ng lending, spending. You're trying to expand the economy. Inflationary din yun, lalong tataas ang presyo kasi pag this actually a way to combat deflation, although deflation will be discussed in another video. So usually, may cost push inflation, rising production costs, as I've said earlier, those you're using to produce the raw materials, other goods and services. Kaya ipapasa mo rin yan. The added production costs are being passed on to consumers. Ipapasa mo yan sa consumer mo, sa mamimili, kasi nagmahal. Tulad ng sasakyan, mas mahal yung paggawa ng sasakyan, mas tataas din yung presyo ng sasakyan. Oil, ganun din, langis, lahat yan. Right. Actually, if just my take, but there are always promises to lower prices of goods. Actually, if we will look at each year, most of the prices of goods and services are always increasing. Lagi naman nag-inflation. Whether it's a 1% inflation rate or 5% inflation rate, it's still inflation. Mataas pa rin ang presyo ng bilihin, serbisyo, produkto. What can be done here, just for my thing, is that ideally you should just lower the rate of inflation. Kasi actually di man talaga mabababa yan. So in order to fight inflation, you should increase the supply technology so that you can reduce production costs, and also you can negate demand pull inflation if there is a ton of supply in the market. And also, if you reduce the inflation rate, then built-in inflation can be reduced. Another solution to inflation is if the economy is in a normal state and you're not in a recession or depression, you can scale down the expansionary monetary policy from the center and the expansionary fiscal policy from the treasury. Usually in an expansionary fiscal policy, the government spends more than it earns. The government is trying to nagpopondo siya ng infrastructure projects, nagpapatayo ng hospital from the treasury. That's expansionary fiscal policy. So just my take to conclude, as I've already mentioned, governments can combat inflation by ensuring that the rate of inflation is from 1 to 2%, because as many economists would say, 4 to 5%, so 5 inflation rate is already considered as high, and then more than 5%, 10% or other hyperinflation can be bad. It will be catastrophic to the economy. And also, too much printing of money is not really good in the economy, as it can cause hyperinflation. Just like what happened in Zimbabwe when Robert Mugabe ordered too much printing of money. Hindi pwedeng print ka na print. Inflationary, magiging hyperinflation. Kaya inflation rate nila inabot ng more than 100%. So it's all about balancing things out. Since there's also a policy lag, matagal din bago mag-effect yung mga policies na. So that's all. Just my take. We'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.